Hello and welcome to the Weather Hazard Briefing presentation by National Weather Service Pocatello for Sunday, April 14th. Here's what you'll see in this briefing. We have a low that will be moving through southern Great Basin today and Monday. This will mean more cloudiness and cooler temperatures, and look for a greater coverage of showers and thunderstorms over those 2 days compared to yesterday. And then a second low approaching from the north will stall in Montana. That'll make for a very windy Tuesday and Wednesday and a breezy Thursday and Friday, and a continued cooling trend where temperatures will be down roughly about 20 degrees by Tuesday timeframe. Start off with the satellite image here. You can see the low currently sitting off the California coast. This will be starting to move east and will move through the southern Great Basin of Nevada and Utah. But you can see right now over eastern Idaho especially pretty much clear skies. But you can see how it's going to load up here. Quite busy with slight chance showers in a lot of places. So where are we looking for windy conditions? Snake River Plain, the eastern Magic Valley, and the southern hills should actually be very windy, especially up on the ridges for today and tonight as well. The other thing to look for here is why the Snake Plain is in yellow, and that's minor risk level, and that is mostly due to the river flooding on the Portneuf River on the stretch that goes through Pocatello. Elsewhere, we do have some thunderstorms. For today, they'll be limited pretty much to Lemhi County, especially in the northwestern half of that county. Then on Monday, you can see the area of thunderstorms shifts. And again, we have lots of showers. Sometimes we can specify more they're in the afternoon or during the day. You can see it's mostly daytime showers in the central Idaho mountains, which are the last 4 zones on this page. So, Lost River, Wood River, Sawtooth area, and Lemhi County. We're also looking at areas where showers will be likely, and that's in the southeast and eastern highlands. And that's also where we have a slight chance of thunderstorms. There's also a slight chance of thunderstorms in the Snake River Plain. Most of that, of course, for the thunderstorms will be in the afternoon and evening. Moving to Tuesday, you can see we have lost all thunderstorm activity in the western side of the forecast area. It is starting to dry out a little bit. You can see it's just going to be very windy in the Magic Valley. And then if you look, it's slight chance in the Wood River, and then chance of late night overnight showers for the eastern highlands, the Lost River area, Sawtooth, Lemhi County. Same for the southeast highlands. So we'll be getting a break mostly during the day for a lot of locations, with the exception of the Snake Plain. Then on Wednesday, you can see it's starting to just again to dry out. We are expecting to remain windy in the Magic Valley and the southern hills, and then slight chance of daytime showers in the Snake River Plain. Windy there as well. Daytime showers will continue to be likely in the eastern highlands. And as you can see, by Thursday, that's the only place where precipitation really is expected. And then just breezy conditions in the Snake Plain and the Magic Valley. So let's talk about the river flooding. As you can see here, Friday morning we went above minor flood stage for the stretch of the river that goes through through Pocatello on the Portneuf, and you can see it just tops out on Monday morning, just into moderate flood stage, just barely into it, and is actually out of it by Tuesday morning, and we start to see things recede. That recession of the rivers more or less comes from the fact that we will be turning colder on Monday, where we'll actually be getting overnight temperatures likely below freezing in the headwaters area of the Portneuf, and so it does slow down the amount of snowmelt, and thus the river stages do go down. All right, low temperatures this morning. You can see upper 30s to middle 40s for the heavily populated areas. Stanley getting below freezing, but a lot of locations, especially in up above the Portneuf River, you can see they are staying above freezing at this point. Okay, so here's the weather pattern for today with that, again, low pressure moving through the southern Great Basin. You can see that brown line is a trough, and there's actually a surface low that's going to be by this morning just west of or just east of Idaho. And you can see it's producing a lot of mixed precipitation. That would be high elevation snow, which is pretty limited in elevation. It's still fairly high, and a lot of it being falling as rain. There's also an area of thunderstorms, and here it is. These are just general thunderstorms. There's no risk of severe thunderstorms at all. That would be the darker green color, which is not present. And you could see it covers a lot of area. But the best area for thunderstorm activity will be in Lemhi County. All right, so between now and tomorrow, so about a 24-hour rainfall total. You can see it is limited almost everywhere in our forecast area. It is below 1/10 of an inch and sometimes way below that. And just outside to the northwest, you can see where it gets over 1/10 of an inch. Wind gusts this morning, you can see in the southern hills, very windy. Those are gusts in excess of 30 miles an hour. When you get up into the red, that would be wind advisory criteria, which you can see is actually fairly limited to some high elevations sites. And then watch out there in the Raft River Valley where 84 goes through. For the afternoon, it does become greater, which is pretty typical in the warmer months. And so almost all of Interstate 84 coming in from Utah and all the way over to where it joins I-86. It's going to be really windy there with winds again out of the south. You also see that in the Goose Creek drainage as well. And then tonight you can see it actually starts to die down a little bit, but still pretty elevated. You can see elsewhere we're still getting really gusty wind. There is a wind shift here, though. It is to the northwest and west-northwest for a lot of locations. All right, high temperatures today. We have lost our 70-degree plus temperatures. Temperatures will struggle to get into the middle and upper 60s in the Snake River Plain and eastern Magic Valley. Stanley will stay below 60 degrees. Overnight lows, you can see getting a little bit colder in the central Idaho mountains. And temperatures also dropping a little bit in the Snake River Plain, not by much though. Okay, here once again is the outlook on Sunday of where the lows are. For Monday, you can see that the area of thunderstorm activity has shifted further east, and I would say it's mostly the really good activity is going to be east of Interstate 15. So it will be, say, between Idaho Falls and the border with Wyoming, rather than over here in the Mackay, DuBois, American Falls, and Burley area. Shouldn't be quite the coverage that you see here, but there is a risk of thunderstorms in the eastern part of our area tomorrow, and again mostly in the afternoon. Here are the rainfall amounts for Monday morning through to Tuesday morning, and you can see it's starting to pick up a little bit here. Some places actually getting about 1/4 of an inch of rain in places like Swan Valley, Teton Pass, mostly due to, it depends on where the thunderstorms actually travel. That's probably where you get your heaviest rainfall. Snowfall from Monday morning to Tuesday morning. There is some. This is mostly falling at night, but you can see it's very high elevations. If you look at where it's located, it doesn't even make it down into Galena Summit or the Teton Pass area, so it's staying above about 8,500 feet. Wind gusts on Monday, even windier than Sunday or today will be. And you can see winds have still out of the west-northwest for the most part. A lot of the eastern Magic Valley, the entire Magic Valley, all the southern foothills, and even some places in the northern end of the Snake River Plain, bordering the central Idaho mountains. And the same for Monday night, so it's not really going to let up. In fact, you actually saw that it increased. We're actually looking for some gusts in excess of 60 miles an hour is the current forecast. We'll see if that holds for the next couple of days. So we may see wind advisories issued for Monday and Monday night. Stay tuned. High temperatures for Monday. See, we've lost a lot of 60-degree temperatures. It's fallen about another 5 to 8 degrees. With a lot of temperatures in the Snake River Plain, only reaching the upper 50s. Stanley is now cooled to a high of 53. The overnight lows on Monday night and Tuesday morning. You can see more widespread, definitely below freezing coverage in the central Idaho mountains, with Stanley only getting or cooling down to 20 degrees. And even Island Park now is below freezing. And a lot of locations in the northern end of the Snake River Plain are also approaching freezing. Okay, here is Tuesday. Tuesday we have, again, some mixed precipitation. You can see it's actually fairly light, and it's mostly along the Montana and Wyoming borders and a portion of the Utah border. And so here's where we expect the snowfall to be. So again, most of this will be falling during the Tuesday overnight. You can see it's still not very much. There might be 2 to 3 inches over the passes leading from Island Park over into Montana. You can see, though, that for Interstate 15, that the pass there is keeping fairly open, and it is pretty limited to very much the basically the Great Divide. Here are the winds on Tuesday. Even more area of gusts above 40 miles an hour. Again, so wind advisory definitely would be possible this day if this forecast continues. Tuesday night, same thing. Temperatures for Tuesday. You can see it's widespread 50s now in the Snake River Plain and eastern Magic Valley. Stanley struggling to get to 46 degrees, so that's down about 7. And then low temperatures Wednesday morning. We're back to seeing some single digits and teens in the central Idaho mountains and in the upper Snake Highlands, a lot of 20s now, and a lot of locations, solidly in the 30s. Very rarely do you see a 40-degree temperature reading, except at places like Pocatello and American Falls. And that might be due to the windiness of it all. So that's all I have. If you have any further questions, you can always contact us at this telephone number here. Check out the weather yourself at weather.gov/Pocatello. Thanks for watching.